Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking another cheeky look at 𝗕𝗏 and 𝗕𝗏𝗀. After we've seen significant pumps today, we've reached new all-time highs, and we're going to get into what this might look like for the future of 𝗕𝗏𝗀. So if you find this video useful, informative, maybe even a little entertaining, do go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it, and as do I. And if by chance you're not yet subscribed, then do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, Chris, shall we jump over to the desktop and take a look at this fantastic 𝗕𝗏𝗀 news?
Yeah, let's do it.
So 𝗕𝗏 𝗕𝗏𝗀 pumps to new all-time highs in a bullish spirit. So in very brief, what we're going to be discussing today is all about 𝗕𝗏 and how it is following a parabolic ascend support line, which is fantastic. And 𝗕𝗏𝗀 is likely inside an extended fifth wave, and the long-term trend is bullish for both 𝗕𝗏/USD and 𝗕𝗏/Bitcoin. So let's take a look, right? So 𝗕𝗏 and 𝗕𝗏𝗀 price has been consistently reaching new all-time highs since breaking out from the $29.50 resistance area on the 5th of January. For those who remember it, it was absolutely fantastic to see some new momentum to the 𝗕𝗏 chart. So the trend has not been, has not shown any noticeable signs of weakness. And 𝗕𝗏 is expected to continue increasing towards that $84 to $85 range. And on our chart, which we'll get to after this, you'll see exactly what that is referring to. So basically, 𝗕𝗏 breakout and resistance levels, right? So on the 5th of January, 𝗕𝗏 broke out from the $29.50 resistance area, which had been in place since July 2020. So after retesting it as support on the January the 11th, and I can't stress just how important those retests are because they really do then leverage their way up to the upside. So 𝗕𝗏 resumed its upward trend momentum, and which has become a parabolic. So far, it has reached an all-time high price of $59.50. So despite the parabolic rate of increase, the technical indicators are not yet showing any signs of weakness. The MACD, the RSI, which we'll get into on our chart as well, are basically all increasing and have none generated bearish divergences or anything like that. So Crypto Trader, CryptoOff, outlined an 𝗕𝗏𝗀 chart that shows the potential of an increase to $65, and I'll show you that on my chart as well. Has shown above, as shown above, right, which is this one here. And 𝗕𝗏𝗀 has broken out since the tweet and is currently in the process of moving towards that target, and it's really good to see. And I'll show you on that on my chart as well. So possible top. So since 𝗕𝗏𝗀 is trading at an all-time high, we need to use a fib extension, which I use all the time on my charts, Chris. And they are fantastic at trying to show where the next kind of price targets are. So they're using it in this example here to kind of predict the next possible top, right? And basically doing this gives us a target between 84 and 85. And it does for them, but it gives me a slightly different number. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, and that is found by using the 2.61 fib extension, and that's the fib projection that they are using. So furthermore, it seems that 𝗕𝗏𝗀 is in an extended fifth wave, shown in white, okay, which is here on this chart. It's really hard to see actually, but yeah. Basically, therefore, after the top is reached, a significant correction would be expected. And, again, I would always anticipate that, which is why I'm saying that we are most likely going to reset our Fibonacci once we take out that top level. So Bitcoin, and 𝗕𝗏𝗀, they do much of the same. And the conclusion here is that both 𝗕𝗏/USD and 𝗕𝗏/Bitcoin pairs are bullish long-term trends. So while 𝗕𝗏/USD is expected to reach a high at about $84 to $85, 𝗕𝗏/Bitcoin is expected to reach a new all-time high after the potential short-term drop. Okay, but ultimately, let's take a look at our chart, Chris, because ultimately this is where we do a lot of our analysis. So it's good to see that other people are talking about 𝗕𝗏𝗀 at last. So feels like we've been talking about it for a while, and it's good to see there's some other people potentially getting in on this space. 𝗕𝗏𝗀 is a fantastic project, and it's not just about the token and the price of the token, but also about the network and the actual utility that is being driven there. And the technology is absolutely fantastic, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, I think this is a hidden gem when we were looking at it, and I think we got it at an awesome price. And yeah, I still think that it's an undervalued price currently. So even with these pumps that Nick's going to go through on the chart.
Yeah, absolutely. So do your own research, as we always say, right? Check out 𝗕𝗓𝗏 and 𝗕𝗀𝗏. Do the research into the project. Learn all about the fantastic tech that's over there. And I think you'll be just as bullish as we are on this project. So let's take a look at this in detail, right? So here we are on the 𝗕𝗀𝗏 to USD pair on the daily chart. Here we can see obviously these massive green candles and the momentum that we've been having, recently. And then we have our Fibonacci retracement on here with our extension levels, as we spoke about earlier. So this is, we're looking at the low level from the 1st of December and the high level of the 22nd of December. Then we obviously had the breakout that happened on the 4th of January, and the 5th of January was setting some new all-time highs. And ultimately, we have found some areas of resistance and support. Okay, on this journey, as we came up, we came back down to retest some other areas and also pulled back up, testing those areas again. And most recently, on the 24th of January, we had a good motion up. That was confirmed again on the 25th of January, where we actually tested a high level of $53.09. A slight pullback, testing the support level at 47, and also triggered another bullish candle on the 27th, which triggered today's massive movement, Chris, up towards that 59. Whatever was it, 59 in the end?
Yeah,
can't quite see you out. I think it might have been higher. Let me just check. The high was actually $60.89. Okay, so some good momentum there. So on this daily chart here, we obviously can see good support and resistance being held, and we can see a good positive cross on that MACD line, as it was also being spoken about in the other article. And we can also see that the RSI is in the status of overbought, but it has been up here quite a bit for quite some time, if you really think about all of this motion here, and actually the amount of time that it spent in the comfort zone versus actually being up here in the oversold status. So I still think there's some momentum to be had here on this daily chart from an RSI point of view. So let's pull this down one level lower, where we take a look at this 4-hourly chart for Elrond and the USD pair, right? Here we can see a little bit more granular detail of what was actually happening inside these two areas here, between that 47 and 53 resistance and support lines, right? We were trading quite horizontally here until we had that breakout moment. And from here, you can see that we had this momentum where we had the negative cross and a positive cross on the MACD. We came down into a comfortable zone here on the RSI before that massive pump up to the oversold status again. So we could be trading sideways whilst we get a bit of a correction here on the RSI. And the volumes are also looking very, very good. So imagine that we could potentially start seeing some good volumes here as well on that 4-hourly. But let's take this one level lower, take a look at the hourly and see what else we can picture here. So on this hourly chart, we can see that we've obviously had touches of our lines, but no real major crosses. And then the major cross here really triggering this upward trend. We had that negative cross most recently over here, and that's mainly because we've been overbought with the RSI indicator. But we are in a comfortable-ish zone, still high, but not overbought. And it looks like we're potentially moving to the upside again on this RSI indicator. And as said before, we can spend significant amounts of times up here without it being too much of a problem. We can keep coming in and out and stay in the high zone for a period of time. But we do have to expect a major correction at some point. So let's take a look at this back on that daily. And see what our price targets currently look like. Okay, so a parabolic run like this could see up to a 50% retracement, or maybe a little bit deeper in the coming days and weeks. But first of all, I would imagine that we would have a pretty good shot at this $63 Fibonacci extension level. This is the 2.618. Okay, that's just the second price target that we actually have mapped out on our chart here. Above that and beyond that, Chris, we have got are 3.618. This says $83. And I know that, according to this article here, that the top was $84 to $85. Our chart is actually indicating that $83 is not the top. Instead, the top is actually $96.34 before a potential major correction. So we want to see how this thing plays out, if we're going to get some sideways motion, come up to the top here, and then pull back. And I'll probably, to be honest with you, after we take out that $83, this one here, reset our Fibonacci retracement to see what expectation we could have for a correction to the downside, which we should be expecting to happen as standard practice when in this kind of chart. So everything's looking really, really good here, Chris, on Elrond and eGold. And for this year in 2021, I'm kind of getting the vibe that we're going to see a $400 to $500 eGold during the bull cycle. And I think long term, at 2025, 2030, etc., eGold is going to hold substantial value, being a cap of only 31 million, 21 million being the allocated amount out there, with 10 million being isolated for rewards. 31 million total supply is, still a finite amount that will definitely gate the interest of people who are familiar with scarcity. So I think this thing has a lot of potential, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it is becoming one of my favorite projects. I've got a few favorites. Obviously VeChain's my biggest bag. I've got a fondness for Cardano, but eGold it's up there. And this one's one of the ones that one of the viewers said to take a look at, and that's why we do ask. What projects do you think are good, right? And we will look at them.
Absolutely. So guys, if you found this useful, informative, do go ahead and smash that like button. Chris really appreciates it. I really appreciate it. I like to think that the whole cheeky crypto community really appreciates it. And if by chance you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And of course, Chris, we cannot forget about those ADA holders. If you are a fortunate holder of Cardano and the ADA token, then you can now actually delegate to the Cheeky Crypto delegation pool. And you can do that by literally just searching for the ticker of Cheek, and you'll be able to find the Cheeky Crypto pool, and you could delegate there, and it would be fantastic to have you, and basically minting blocks of the Cardano blockchain via our node and validator. It would be absolutely fantastic if you wanted to join us. And with all that said and done, Chris, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.